The Oreades were nymphs in Greek mythology. Unlike goddesses, they were mortal, but they were believed to live for many thousands of years and were considered as nature spirits. The name Oreades comes from the Greek word orein, which means to rise. This is fitting, as the Oreades were associated with the mountains and rocky places. The Oreades were known for their beauty and grace, and were often depicted as young, beautiful women. They were also associated with the hunt and were often shown carrying bows and arrows. The Oreades were believed to be the daughters of the gods, and were often associated with specific mountains or regions. One of the most famous Oreades was Echo, who was known for her loquaciousness and her unrequited love for Narcissus. According to the myth, Echo was a talkative nymph who was punished by the goddess Hera for distracting her while she was trying to catch her husband Zeus in the act of infidelity. As a result of the curse, Echo could only repeat the last words spoken to her, and she wasted away until all that was left of her was her voice. Another well-known Oreades was Dryads, who were nymphs of the trees. They were believed to be the spirits of specific trees, and were often depicted as young women with flowing hair and graceful, almost ethereal features. The Dryads were protectors of the forests, and were said to be fiercely territorial, punishing anyone who dared to harm their trees. The Oreades were also closely associated with the Greek god Pan, who was the god of the wild, shepherds, and flocks. Pan was often depicted as a half-man, half-goat figure who played the pipes and was known for his mischievous and lustful nature. The Oreades were said to be particularly fond of Pan, and were often depicted as his companions and followers. The Oreades were believed to be powerful and capricious beings, and were said to have the ability to shapeshift and control the natural world around them. They were also believed to have the power to enchant and seduce mortals, and were often blamed for causing madness and obsession in those who crossed their paths. In ancient Greek culture, the Oreades were often worshipped and revered as protectors of the natural world. Shrines and offerings were made to them in the hopes of gaining their favor and protection. They were also often invoked in prayers and spells, and were believed to have the power to bring both blessings and curses. In conclusion, the Oreades were an important and fascinating part of Greek mythology. They were believed to be powerful and capricious nature spirits, associated with the mountains and rocky places. They were often depicted as beautiful, young women, and were believed to have the ability to shapeshift and control the natural world around them. They were also closely associated with the Greek god Pan, and were worshipped and revered as protectors of the natural world.